Hello, children of the gamers.
All two of you watching this right now.
Today we'll be bringing you some of that E3 hype.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with today's video is going to be Sony.
Sony, as they say in Japan. This is going to be a make or break one, I think, for Sony in general, because they might...
Well, they nailed it last year.
Yeah.
But then again, it was the first time Nintendo didn't do a press conference.
Yeah, it was a big mistake.
And then all Microsoft could seem to talk about was TV and sports.
So. And then they failed massively, with that Battlefield 4
oh god, yeah.
demo. But yeah, so I think it's going to make up. It'll give them a real foothold in the market if they get it right. And the big one they'll push that out with is
Project Morpheus.
Yeah, which isn't a reference to the Matrix.
Blue pill.
But similar to the Oculus Rift, which is a true virtual reality kind of headset you wear, it's going to be the same, pretty much.
Virtual Boy, it is not.
No, everything won't be in red and black. It could be incredible. Who knows? We saw. We went to a game show in Birmingham recently. They had some Oculus Rifts there.
EGX, yes, they did.
Unfortunately, we didn't actually get to have a go on them.
That's Street Fighter.
Just all about Street Fighter. So that could be incredible. We're not sure about pricing. We're not sure about anything really.
No,
it will be expensive.
Yeah, I think they'll. But I think they'll. That's the thing. I think that's what they will be talking about. They'll be giving you lots of information about this project.
About how it's going to work, what game it's going to work with. Does it work with a controller? Does it work?
Speaking of games, I think one of the main ones that they've already heavily advertised. So they're gonna, I think, have gameplay of it. Yeah. And that will be The Order 1886.
Yeah, because it was already, it was hinted at last E3. So there was a teaser at last E3. So this year there's going to be some gameplay, most definitely. Yeah. A good walkthrough.
And I was watching some videos on it the other day on YouTube channel, and they actually said that the visuals in cutscene and in game are the same the entire time.
Yeah, if that's true, then yeah, because not many games are capable of doing that.
No, so it's kind of set in
London.
In London.
Yep.
I think it's around the what's it called? Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
But then they've actually got things like monorails, but then horse and cart and carriages.
Airships.
Yeah, so it's
dirigibles.
So it's really, really cool. So it's kind of modern technology mixed with olden times. And
it looks like they get the balance quite right, but obviously we get to see, so we'll obviously have to have a look. Another one that they will be mentioning is The Evil Within.
Yeah, oh man, that looks sick.
Because there's obviously already quite a lot of advertising been out for that recently.
No, there you go. That looks like a proper horror game. That looks like the best horror game I've seen since I saw Res 4. And it's being made by something to do with the director or producer of Resident Evil is working on this, so it should be really, really good.
So it looks incredible. It looks like... recently there have been a few good horror games out for PC. Obviously we don't play PC games.
And a few out for PS4 as well, but they've been more I think arcadey type ones, or they've not been full games, as it were.
But recently, for a console, there has not been a true adult. There's been Res 6, there's been Res 5, there's been a few other kind of... you can say Dark Souls is kind of horror, but it's too actiony. Yeah. There's yet to really be, for the new consoles, or even 360 or PS3, a true adult horror game.
If you haven't seen it, because I hadn't heard of it until the other week, and I don't think you had until I showed you, and it just looks, as Sam says, an adult horror game. I think puzzles are in it as well, and it just looks dark, sinister. Brilliant.
The last horror game we even played seriously that was a real one was Fatal Frame or...
Project Zero 2.
Yeah, that was the last proper adult game.
We weren't scared.
No, so hopefully this will be proper.
Yeah.
The next big one, surely, Final Fantasy. Woo! Final Fantasy 15.
That, to me...
was 13, now...
So Final Fantasy Versus 13
is
now Final Fantasy 15, but I think last year's E3, this is what stole the show for me at Sony's. Actually, overall, I think this was the thing that most excited me overall was when I saw it and I was like, it's Final Fantasy. And then it came at the end and it said Final Fantasy Versus 13. I was like, ooh, and it 15. I was like, woo!
It looked, even last year, it looks incredible.
Yeah, and so I think we're going to be getting
definitely a trailer.
Definitely a trailer, and I think some gameplay. I'm not going to say release date, release time frame.
Possibly.
I'm going to say
20.
I was going to say Q2 2015.
Yeah. I mean, I think recently we have been told to be patient on Final Fantasy 15 because I mean, the music's all from scratch, everything's from scratch. I mean, so massive respect.
Along with another game that is supposedly going to take a lot longer than first anticipated, and that is Metal Gear Solid 5: Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Now, Hideo Kojima said that it's...
The perfectionist, Hideo Kojima.
It is 200 times bigger than Ground Zeroes. 200 times, and I think he actually said he was worried that he doesn't actually think he's going to be able to get everything that he wants in it. And that's why. So it's either we're going to have to wait.
I'm guessing he meant this side. I'm guessing you can't fit everything he actually wants onto the actual disc.
So it's either you're going to have to wait and get a fully finished product, or it's going to come out still like a year and a half, 2 years. And
well, some what happened with GTA 5. I mean, they were promising that for years.
Yeah.
They said on and on again, we need more time to refine. I mean, to be fair, GTA 5 was actually too big. It's actually too big to really enjoy the city because it's a real city. That's what it feels like.
But I mean, that was on the last generation console.
Yeah, this could be, honestly, this could be
it's early days
the Metal Gear.
I think it will.
It could be the one that, so obviously at the minute, really, Snake Eater is the...
Snake Eater!
It's the...
I give my life,
not for you. When people think of Metal Gear, that's the one. So this could be the one. This could be the Neo of Metal Gear.
And I have heard that he is definitely showing a trailer, because I've just remembered now, that he said it's going to be even more sinister and hard to watch than the other ones were.
Well, yeah, because he's a real freak, isn't he? Like, he's a real pervert as well. I'm not even kidding, I actually mean that.
He is trying to get all these adult themes that you'd see in, in films, but people like adult films, in films, and trying to get them across to...
Well, one of the achievements of Snake Eater was when they get caught masturbating whilst looking at a
picture.
Yeah,
on Metal Gear Solid 2,
yeah. So there will be, I'm sure there'll be Metal Gear. This isn't purely Sony, but Sony will be showing this as well.
I know what you're talking
about.
Batman Arkham Knight, that game looks awesome.
It looks incredible. Again, same visuals, really crisp, really sharp. Warner Brothers releasing some really good looking games in the minute. And whether they play great is obviously your opinion.
Batmobile's in it though.
Yes.
So it makes me think there's going to be a bigger world that you can actually go around in the Batmobile.
Yeah, because I mean, if there's a car, it'll have to be real developed roads that you can properly drive along. And
and characters that I saw in it, I think the main one, so the one who narrates it, I think is Scarecrow.
Who would be actually a good villain for a Batman game.
Because it did look more like a gothic style.
I can imagine like a bullet time thing, but you being, I can't remember what it's called, but you inhaling this substance. And obviously
like the nerve gas.
Yeah. It's like imagine like a bullet time thing where you inhale that and everything just turns twisted and kind of scary, and that'd be awesome.
And Two-Face's in it, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any sign of Joker in that trailer.
There will always be a Joker, but
I don't think there was shown.
Yeah. I bet you what they'll do, Batman Arkham Knight, the trailer or the gameplay, it will end the moment you hear it.
Yeah.
And I'll just end
and then someone will come on stage.
Yeah. So that looks incredible. Another one that there'll definitely be talk of is Tales of.
Oh, Tales of Zestiria, because Tales of Excelia 2 is going to be released this August here in the UK. I'm not sure about where else. So I don't think we'll see anything of that, because that game will be being released.
Yeah, I mean, they might just have like a quick mention of what's coming out soon.
Yeah.
But that's all it'll be a quick mention. But yeah, Zestiria, I'm sure we'll hear something about that.
Maybe like a short trailer.
I mean, we know what it is. In reality, for the whole world, it is quite a small franchise.
Because I just thought Sony could actually have some really good RPGs, because they're definitely going to show Final Fantasy 13. But I just remember they're going to show Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, of course, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. So it could be a really good year for RPGs.
Another good year.
If they showed Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and Tales of, I'd go.
And Final Fantasy 14 as well.
Yes.
The online one. Now it's starting to get to the point where we're kind of guessing. We're kind of thinking what possibly. The one we've got here that is most likely is going to be Fallout 4.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we're going to see that, and I think it's going to be on Xbox One and PS4.
Oh yeah, because obviously you get to make most money.
But Fallout 4. The only things I've heard so far is that it is going to be set in Boston, Massachusetts.
That could be interesting. I mean, obviously the old brick style buildings, that could be quite interesting.
That is literally all I have been told as a definite of where it's going to be set, because they had people from Bethesda, the company that makes it, went out like researching around there. Scouting.
Yeah, because they're very, very thorough, Bethesda. Also, Bethesda making the Evil Within just as a quick connection.
Yeah.
The other ones that are possibles, Capcom. Now, obviously, we know Ultra's coming out soon. That's obviously not going to be mentioned at E3. But at the minute, they haven't really got much else coming out.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Ultra Street Fighter 4, because some people might.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, we're very Street Fighter oriented.
But without that, there's not many franchises. Resident Evil, we're not sure what they're doing with that. There's not many franchises that they've got that are constantly coming out.
Devil May Cry is another one that's like hits and
who knows?
Hit and miss.
Yeah, I mean, no one knows with that one. But they have said recently that they like to have their AAA titles coming out every 1.5 years. Yeah. So what that means, what they consider to be their top titles.
The producer of Street Fighter has had lots of
Yoshinori Ono,
has had lots of pictures like of the PS4 controller next to like Street Fighter characters.
Yeah, and also they've been looking at old NES games that they'd had released or older games and they've been playing them through to kind of get ideas.
Yeah.
So this all comes down to they've got to be releasing something new. Basically, we're not sure what. We're not sure if it's going to be Street Fighter, fighting game, or something.
Darkstalkers.
It could be anything, but we are pretty certain that they'll be showing a big game, and it most likely will be a fighting game because that's where most of their money comes from.
And even though I don't think it's Capcom, but I'm guessing another fighting game that will get shown by someone at E3 is that Blade Arcus.
Yeah, Blade Arcus. Yeah. Maybe, and also they'll be talking about Killer Instinct because their season 2 will be coming out.
Now
the last one is one that Aiden's going to be.
I'm not looking at someone's crotch. I'm just like looking at the notes.
Yeah. The big one that Aiden's super hyped for, Shenmue.
Fingers crossed, Shenmue. Okay, so let's just have a bit of
history on
Shenmue. Well, obviously, everyone is waiting for Shenmue 3. I'm not hopeful for Shenmue 3. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think it's gone too long now.
Yeah, and I think they need to test the water. So I'm thinking that they're going to have a HD remake. And the reason why I think this is Sega have rebought the license for the Shenmue trademark. One of the people who's the creative director or something behind the PS4 is friends with Yu Suzuki. He's the one who made Shenmue.
Yeah.
So the only console I can see it ever being released for if they were going to do it is Sony.
Yeah. And it's the right market, bigger in Japan. Obviously, Shenmue is much bigger in Japan than it is in other territories, so it makes a lot.
And then they also had a press conference recently where those two had a whole conference about how Shenmue was made and like the impact it had.
Yeah.
So a lot of positives. I'm not saying it's definite, but if it's going to be,
it feels like the time.
Yeah, and if it's going to be on any console, it'd be on PS4. Yeah. So HD remake of 1 and 2 is like to see if it's going to make money would be a very good thing.
So for Sony, this will be a make or break E3, I think, because last year was their foot in the door. Now they've got to really push it, really go for it. I mean, with the console, not much will change. I mean, their price is already reasonable, so their price will probably stay the same.
You might have a few more bundles.
Yeah.
Another game off the top of my head that it's probably going to be mentioned that I don't know how we forgot about. Uncharted 4, I think it will be.
We just don't really care.
Yeah, we don't really.
It will definitely be mentioned. And I'm sure that'll also come out for PS Vita.
Yeah, so there'll probably be a bundle for that. There'll be a bundle for Order 1886.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised actually if they talk about the PS Vita more, try to get more sales on that as well.
Of course.
So I think this is it for Sony, I think.
Wrap it up.
This will be the one for Sony. Yeah,
so. I'm looking forward to it. So E3 runs from June 10th to June 12th. So check it out.
Yeah, and we'll be hitting you up next with the Nintendo video.
Yeah.